So good morning students. So our first chapter completed. So today onwards we start the second chapter. Chapter name is type of hardware. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about the different types of hardware in a computer system. So here in the previous chapter we already studied about the different parts of a computer. So what are the different parts of a computer? Input unit, CPU and the output unit. So inside the CPU we study different types of memory. So these are basically known as the hardware system of a computer. So what's the difference? You need to identify that what's the difference between hardware and software. So in a computer system, the set of instruction means set of commands we give to the computer in order to perform some operations. That is called a softwares. That are called softwares. So in other hand, so any devices or anything we can see and touch on the computer, that is called hardware. So like example, input unit and output unit and different kinds of memory. So in this chapter we are going to study about these different types of hardware in detail. So here in the previous chapter we already studied the different parts of a computer. So here first one is called a CPU, central processing unit, then memory. Memory is again classified into two types, primary memory. Primary memory is again classified into two types, RAM and ROM. Then the secondary memory. Secondary memory is also called auxiliary memory. So secondary memory device like a hard disk, CD, DVD, pen drive. So then input devices and output devices. So here the above mentioned things are called the hardware part. So these are called the different hardwares inside the computer. So here CPU, memory and different types of memory, then input device and output device. Then before going to study about the different hardware, we need to study about the memory in a computer system. Memory. So what is the use of memory? So memory is used in order to store the data or the instruction. So in the first chapter we already see one example. So if you want to perform one operations like a 2 plus 3, so we need to input 2 and 3 to the computer. Then that 2 and 3 is stored in some memory. Then after performing the operation 2 plus 3, then the result is also stored in one memory. So in order to store all the data and instruction, we need a type of area that is called a memory space, memory. So here in your textbook one example is there. So in order to perform multiply 7 and 9, so inside the computer it will perform like a equal to 7 into 9. So after that 63 is the answer is we need to store that result. So we need to store that 7 and 9 and the result 63 we need memory. So this is the use means this is the needs of memory. What's the need of memory means this is the answer in order to store the data and instruction. So here memory is broadly classified into two types. First one is called the main memory or primary memory or internal memory. Same meaning. Main memory, primary memory, internal memory. So next is called auxiliary memory or secondary memory or external memory. Auxiliary, secondary, external. So then the previous chapter we already studied about what is the difference between primary memory and secondary memory. So here the memory that holds the data and instruction during the processing, it is called the primary memory. So it is called a temporary memory. Why primary memory is temporary memory? So in the first chapter we already studied that when the power goes off or electricity is stopped, that time all the data inside the primary memory will vanish or deleted. So that's why it is called a temporary memory. But we need primary memory because the processor has a direct contact only with the primary memory. Then the secondary memory. So in order to store the data or the file permanently means if you want to use that data in future, we need to store the data in permanently. So in such case we use auxiliary memory or the secondary memory or the external memory, same name only. Examples of secondary memory is DVD, pen drive, hard disk, etc. So In the first chapter I already explained what is the difference between primary memory and secondary memory. So in the case of size, secondary memory is larger. Memory is larger than primary memory. But if you want to perform any instruction or any operation, first all the data should move to the primary memory, because the processor has a direct interact with the primary memory, not to the secondary memory. So that's the main difference between primary memory and secondary memory. Then the next part is unit of memory. So in the small class I already teach that inside the computer data stored in the form of binary numbers, zeros and ones. So it's called machine language, and the zero represent the on state. Zero represent the off stage, means low voltage. One represent the on stage or high voltage. So this is called bit. Zeros and ones are called bit. So bit is the smallest memory unit. Bit is the smallest memory unit. So here inside the computer all the data and instructions are stored in the form of bits. So here bits is the smallest units. So then we need to study what are the different types of units of memory. So first you need to understand that bit is the shortest form of binary digit. It is the smallest memory unit. It represents either 0 or a 1. Then look at that this this table, units of computer memory measurement. So we already studied smallest unit is bit. So then 8 bits is called 1 byte. Then 1024 byte is called 1 KB. KB means kilobyte. Then 1024 kilobyte is called 1 MB, megabyte. Next 1000 MB 4 megabyte is called 1 GB, gigabyte. Then 1024 GB is called 1 TB, terabyte. Then 1024 TB is called 1 PB, petabyte. Then 1024 petabyte is called 1 exabyte, EB. So this is the units of memory measurement. So you need to study this. So important question from this area like that, write the different units of memory measurement. So it is very easy to study. So you need to remember that 1 bit, then 8 bit is equal to 1 byte. So all the remainings are 1024 only. 1024 byte is equal to 1 KB, 1024 KB is equal to 1 MB, 1024 MB equal to 1 GB, like that. So it is very easy to study. So then we need to move to the next section, main memory or the primary memory. So this I will explain the next class.